Hi guys, Mandy here. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about why I feel so passionate about the Lord of the Rings thing is because I have actually suffered some trauma relating to something that I found precious to me from people who should have been very close to me and should have been understanding of things that I valued, and they should have understood that there are lines that you don't cross, and that there are things that you don't take away from someone when they value it so much. But obviously, these people, they didn't understand about boundaries. They don't understand that you don't take something that other people value to such a degree that they would get so deeply hurt and angered by it that they would cut you off completely. And I think that, for me, that experience for me has made it very evident there are some things in this world that people should never tamper with or take away from a whole collective, let alone one person. I mean, it's painful enough when one person gets something that they value taken away from them, but when it's an entire collective, it's unforgivable, really, because it's like one person might be able to forgive people for doing that, but when it's a collective, it's a lot harder to forget and to forgive, because so many people get affected by it so deeply and so in such different ways. Some people valued Lord of the Rings because it represented something about the English culture, and it represented unity, being able to unify people together. And it doesn't matter about skin color. You know, I watch so many people react to Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings films. Black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, white people, Indian people. So many people watch that films from different ethnic origins, and never once has anyone ever sat there and said, oh, I don't feel that this is any good because I don't see an Asian person or an Indian person or a black person or a South American person or a Spanish person in it. They're all white people. Well, I don't get it. I've never ever seen anyone react to Lord of the Rings like that. Never once. I have to say, one of my favorite reaction videos was, I think her name is KSO. Her reaction to Lord of the Rings was so powerful. It, to me, it epitomizes. This is a black woman who, she burst into tears, and when Theoden died, she started out disliking Theoden because of his pride, and she grew to love him, and she rooted for him. This is nothing to do with his skin color, by the way. It's everything to do with his character and to do with what he chose to do as a person, to put his pride aside and to help those who needed help, regardless of their skin. It's nothing to do with skin. It's to do with what the story means to humans. And like I said, her reaction to the film was so powerful. She literally got up and wept. She got up and had to leave and get off camera, and she was weeping because Theoden got killed. And it's like, how much more powerful does a story have to be for anyone to understand that it's not about race, it's not about skin color or anything. It's not about sex. It's about the story and the meaning behind the actions of these people. It's nothing to do with your skin color or your race. It's to do with belief and valuing things. And the fact that we are so impassioned about this is because we understand that this is something that we value. We all value it. All of us, no matter what our ethnic background is. The people who are hijacking it to push their political agendas are the ones who don't value it, because they don't understand the meaning behind the story, because they probably haven't even watched the films, or if they have watched the film, they've watched it just for the spectacle of it. They don't understand the meaning of it. They probably never read the books. I haven't read the books, I have to be honest. I'm not a huge, I'm not a super fan. I don't know everything there is to know about Lord of the Rings, but I do, from watching the films, I can say that they are fantastic, they are beautiful, and I have seen so many people's reactions to the stories and how beautiful it is. Everyone cries when they watch it. I have never seen anyone sit there and just go, well, I didn't get it. There wasn't any black people in it. I didn't get it. I've never seen anyone react like that. So this is just so you guys can understand why it means so much to me and why people do get so impassioned by this, because it's important to us. Regardless of where we come from, there are people who are black who value it. There are people who are Asian who value it. There are people from India who value it. There are people from South America who value it. It's nothing to do with our skin color. It's to do with our sex. You don't have to have a woman in shining metal armor brandishing a sword for us to feel her empowerment. I felt there was nothing more powerful than Galadriel walking up into, I don't remember the fort, when Gandalf was, I know this is in The Hobbit, but there was nothing more empowering, I felt like that, when all she had to do was that, and she blew someone to smithereens in one go. And it's like, she wasn't brandishing a sword, she wasn't riding ahead of an army on a huge white steed, she wasn't screaming at the top of her lungs. She just gave one quiet warning. The warning didn't land, and that was it. She gave them a bitch slap, and that was it. A very magical, powerful bitch slap, but you know what I mean. And it's like, and you get this sense of awe about her. She doesn't have to do anything. She just has to stand there, and you get this sense of awe and wonder from her. And just because she's wearing a long flowing gown doesn't make her less powerful than the male counterparts that she's standing next to. It makes her more powerful because it means that she's using her mind rather than, oh, look at me, I'm so strong. There's one of the sad things, I think, is in this day and age, people have misunderstood the term a strong, powerful female. They think it has to mean she has to physically be strong, as opposed to she's mentally strong. She is so smart up here that she can outwit all of these men just by saying one line. She can do it like that just by saying something. That makes a woman powerful. That makes anyone powerful, if you think about it. If you can, that's why there is a famous saying, the pen is mightier than the sword, because what you come up with in here and say with this or with this is more powerful than brandishing a sword. Yes, a sword is very exciting on TV, but you can do a lot of damage just by saying something. Or by writing something down. That's why the books are so powerful. If you want to learn something and you want to gain knowledge, knowledge is power, you read books. They don't say go and brandish a sword at someone. They say read a book. Because if you want to learn how to outwit someone, the best thing you can do is use your brain. Which is why people are fighting against the rings of power, because it's not about feminism, women brandishing swords. It's about women being smart, about women showing that they can be feminine and elegant and still cherish being feminine whilst being smart and being able to outwit their opponent with their mouths. And I don't mean that in a sexual way. I mean literally by just saying something and the other person is just so unable to defend their side that they'll just go. That is a smart person if they know how to outwit someone. And yes, you do get, is it Eowyn or is it Arwen? I get confused between the two. Who kills the Witcher? Is it not the Witcher? Sorry, I'm getting mixed up between my TV shows. The Witch King. She kills the Witch King. Yes, she uses a sword in that, but she's also an incredibly feminine woman when she's off the battlefield. She's incredibly feminine, and you could argue that maybe she was a little too feminine. That she thought that Aragorn loved her as much as she loved him, but you could say she was a little too feminine and girly in that sense. But you know what? Let her be girly. Let her be a woman. Let her express her emotions. Let her be what she is, but she can also be strong. But she's also very clever. But like I said, you can have women who are feminine, just very, very smart women. And I much prefer stories where women outwit their opponents than women who resort to punching someone because they lose control of their emotions. And it's like, that's not original. Original is being able to think with your brain and come up with a witty retort, not someone who just resorts to punching someone or brandishing a sword just because, strong, powerful women. So anyway, this is my rant for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in the next video next week. So, bye.